Hey guys, so I'm just gonna go over the score tracker that's on Classroom. You should find it. I'll actually just give you the example so that way you're not looking for it. This is period 6, but yours should look the same even if you're in period 7. You'll notice there's something separate for the score tracker because we're really going to use that throughout the year. So whenever you're looking for it, even if it's way down past a bunch of weeks, you'll notice on the side there are all topics. You can just click score tracker and it'll bring you right to it. Each of you has your own copy, but I'm going to show you the template and walk you through that. So you can write up here your name, you can write any test that you're planning on taking, and you can actually add those scores into this tracker if you want, or you could just keep this with the ones that we do in class. You can add your overall goals. You can tell me what you're looking for, what you're looking to do, as well as your goals for the end of the semester. So it could be a score goal. It could also just be a goal, like specifically with a skill on reading and writing. I'll leave that kind of up to you. But you can fill that in if you want. So that way, when I go to your individual one, I can kind of see your goals. I know I talk with my hands, and that's probably weird on video, but here we are. So this will be like all 5 diagnostic tests we take this year. I don't know if we're going to do complete 5 yet. I traditionally have taught this class as just one semester, and we have not hit 5 tests, but we'll see. I gave you 5 options anyway, so it looks confusing, and that's why I'm going to walk you through it. But once you actually do it once, you'll totally understand it. So you'll see here, like this is test 1 right on the screen. I'll just kind of give you a circle there, right? Test 1, and then there's test 1 reading, and then there's writing. You can put your last name right in here. I would like you to do that because what I do is take everybody's and I copy them, put them into one big sheet, and it'll show me like what we did well or what we struggled with or what we kind of don't need to go over as a whole class. And then I can look at yours individually. So after you take your reading section, what you're going to do is when you score it, you're going to go back and you'll put a 1 under any question. So these are the numbers. So like passage 1 should be 10 or 11 questions. And so this would be right 1 to 11. So let's say when you're taking your exam, you're grading it over and you say, oh, I got number 6 wrong. You're going to just tally that by putting a 1 in that column. And what's going to happen is right now, you'll notice that the raw score says 52, that you got all of them right. And what's going to happen when I put this 1 in there is that it'll change to 51. So it'll automatically keep track of the number of questions you got right. So let's say you also got 12 wrong. Once you put a 1 underneath the 12, it'll update to 50. So it'll just tell you your raw score, or not your raw score, but like how many questions you got wrong out of 52. So if I get 23 wrong, let's just kind of give this as an example. I get that, a couple questions wrong, 4 questions. And so it'll automatically update. You can see where it's circled to 48. What's convenient about this is then when you go over to your progress sheet, it will update and right away it'll tell you, right, the reading number you got right is 48. You got 48 out of 52. You'll notice that these all say 52 out of 52 because you haven't scored them yet. So it's just assuming that you got all of them right. As we move through, these numbers should change. And then the same thing if you switch back. How do I switch back now with this guy? Here we go. If you switch back, you'll note, and how do I get those back now? I want the little toolbar. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to use my little arrow. You'll notice the raw score in writing is right here too. And then that writing section, you'll go right underneath here and you'll count up the amount you got wrong, right? And then that will automatically update as well. And it will automatically update on this second page where it says writing number correct. Now, The scaled score, the writing and reading, and then the overall scaled score, those are not going to be like calculated for you. These columns are just ones that I put in there to show you the charts, and you can go ahead and delete them right now if you want. But you'll notice that this calculates with this chart. So now that it says 48 here, it's gone to 48 in the number correct, and then the rest say 52. But as we go through, you should see how many you're getting correct each time. And that is a specific number, but keep in mind as you take the exams that they are either more difficult or less difficult, and your score will be calculated a little bit differently for each exam. So even if you, let's say, get 48 right on the first one and then 47, you could still technically get a higher reading grade because of the way it's weighted. And then you'll also notice here is the writing, and that will be underneath. So the writing is this one. Can I get rid of this blue arrow? No. The writing is this one here. And then your scaled scores will be here, but you're going to put that in after. You don't really have to worry about that for now, but eventually that will update. So each one here, let's say you get a 200, you'll notice that this scaled score, right, will go down. So when we update those, the charts will update. You again can just delete these once you go in there. The only reason I have them in is because you'll see what happens when I delete all of them. They say no data, and I thought that would be confusing when you walked in and saw all of these clicked in and saw all of these charts. So you'll notice the scaled scores here, the writing, and then at the end is your total. So when you say your reading plus your writing and language, that's going to be your total verbal scaled score, and that will update underneath the reading and writing at the bottom where it says overall verbal scaled score, and we'll keep track of that throughout the year. If you have any questions about this, just let me know. I know if you haven't used Sheets before or Excel before, it could be a little bit confusing. But basically, your role in this is to do two things. It's to update how many questions you get right or wrong here, and it's to write in your reading, your writing, and your overall scaled score. But I'll go over how to calculate those scaled scores in a different video. So just kind of bear with me, but let me know if you have any questions that I could answer right now. Okay, thanks. Bye.